Welcome back. Another day, another night. We want to continue working on the blocking for high and low type blocking. So, our current state, we have a we have a value that is an integer number, and it's stored in enumeration. That just tells us what the block type is. So, low, medium, or high. Medium, I want blocked by both high and low. So the easiest one to block is medium hits. High needs to be blocked with a standing block, and low needs to be blocked with a crouching block. So currently the player has the block type as a value I can change through the editor. We will eventually code how to change that through code. Additionally, attacks currently have a hit type that is either low, medium, or overhead. And from yesterday, we were able to get the following working. For if the attack type is the same, it will tell us it's the same. If it's not the same, it will tell us it's different. And right now, the attack type is error and the block type is mid. And it says different. Now if I change the attack type to mid, refresh, or rerun, it will say same in the text editor, or the output. Right. Leave it as error for now. How many errors is that different? 4. Okay. Makes sense to me. So, since we have the information for the block types being the same and not being the same, let's do a check for if that attack type is mid. Okay. And now it's just that. So this is mid. Well, regardless. Yes, its direction is correct. Yep. Turn off from the hit type. The block type was blocked. It's different, but it doesn't say specifically what type. So if the hit type is the same as the block type, actually, I don't think that matters here. This wouldn't make sense to check here. Because if it's the same, that means it's been blocked, regardless. So, is blocked. If direction is same. So over here, if the attack type is mid, block if direction is correct. Then if it's not the same, then it should be hit. If it is, so if I'm attacking with an overhead attack and I'm blocking standing. And I should block overhead and mid. Okay, so let's say we are attacking with a mid attack, with an overhead attack. If the overhead attack is the same as the standing block, then block. Okay. If the overhead attack is not the same as the standing block, so they're crouch blocking, then if it was a mid attack, which it isn't, block it. Else it's hit. So it was printed. Error existed. So first off low. Was blocked hit. Alright. Mid. Was blocked same as blocked if direction is same. Okay. Overhead. Hit diff was blocked. Okay. Cool. So first off, there's only a high block and a low block, which means I should probably change that. Block type, there is no mid block. And then same for here. Does attack data have an enumeration I can check? No, it does not. Okay. Go to the entity base, copy this, Control C, Control V here. Hit type in all caps. This one is a mid on, don't forget the equals to. Alright. That is not supposed to be here. Right. Hitbox, save, equals, Control C. No, I don't want to do that. Control C, V dot hit type dot mid. Is that correct? No. That's not what we want to do. That's not how we want to check. Okay, attack data type. If it's mid, block regardless. So if it's the same or if it's same as the type of blocking that they're doing. So if it's a low attack and a low attack, it's blocked. If it's a high attack and a high attack, it's blocked. If it's a low or and a high, then it should be hit. Okay. If it's a low and if it's a medium hit and it's blocking either low or high, they should both block. So if attack data, the hit type is mid. Logic direction is correct. So same. So block. It's mid. Okay. All right. Okay. Save that. I need to check the hurdle player. Block type equals 2, which is not a thing. Okay. Overhead blocking. Player. Hitbox. It's overhead. Test. Overhead attack. Hit. They're the same, so it was blocked. Okay. Low attack. This one should be a hit. Was hit. Okay. Mid. Was blocked. It's a mid. Alright. Those are working. Cool. Right now I don't believe I have functionality for high-low, which is why they all move the same amount, which we will now implement. Okay. Okay. How do I need to do this? So first off, if they are blocking, then do I want to check the positioning or the high-low first? I need to do both, but I need to check if one is true while the other one is not. Well, we're doing already the position for left-right stuff here, so let's do this as a function. So, func high underscore low underscore block underscore check. Alright, this will return a boolean. We will copy and paste this. This is needed back there. So attack data and area host are not declared. Epic. Those are the two things I need. So attack underscore data colon. Wait, no, I just copy paste the thing from the block check. Do do do. So I need one area host, and then apparently attack data already exists. So yeah, that's fine. Return false, I guess. Just put that there. All right, so high-low block check. And so here we will do true. Same here. And here we want to print false. And if there's an error, I'll colon error. Let me push error. Lock has done something that has broken it. All right, cool. IO lock check. Epic. Yeah, that's cool and all. This would be the position lock check. However, this is directly related to this. Okay. In seeing that, there are two things. One, these two statements have one similar thing in line, which is this. There's also the option of is facing right as being the same. So, if we want to change this about, we can have position check as one statement and then direction check as another statement. We could keep them separate. This is about left-right mix-up, so let's do this. At least. And don't forget his comments. So these are both the same. If I do this, tab in this, tab in that, press enter here, tab this in, if, remove this, colon, control V, colon, space here. So now that reduces one if statement check. Okay. The direction vector is different. If I undo all that and then work with based on just the direction, hmm. No, everything's too unique. here's a question. The high-low block check, could that be placed instead of blocked? No, that wouldn't make sense. Because this is also a block check. Alright, we have 1, 2, and 3 booleans. Meaning we have 2 to the power of something. So this is a boolean. Is this the same? Opposite boolean. If I go like this, do not place that there. Same with this. I just change the direction. So that's also a boolean check. And we have this is determined by these 3. Okay, wait, let's think about this. Direction decides this. This is related to direction and if it's blocked or not. Is it this and this decide if it's blocked by direction, left, right? The other one is high, low. Okay. Okay. Cool. This is confusing on how to organize this a bit better. Don't know. I think this helps simplify it, at least for being all the same. It's just a not statement. That needs to happen. Okay. And facing right and not facing right and whatnot. Right. First up, these first 2 are if it was blocked. These second 2 are if it's not blocked. These are also if it's not blocked. That's if it's blocking. If they're not blocking, just do it. It's not. It's not second. Facing right doesn't matter here. I don't want to do this. This check is the same as this check is the same as this check. So 1 for blocks and 2 for getting hit. I don't know. Okay. We have this thing. It exists. It's a Boolean output. Either we can make another set of these with the check being true and with the check being false. It turns out it was blocked here. If the high-low check is correct, all of that. Okay. That's mid. This is overhead. All right. Tack. Low. And let's jump like it isn't telling me anything. Because that doesn't tell me if it was blocked. We have some blocking overhead, and we hit low. Wait, that's if it's true, so that should be blocked. Hit type is low, block type is overhead. Are they blocking? Yes, they're facing right as well. Okay. If they are blocking, do a high-low check. If the high-low check is true, meaning high-low check. The block types are the same. Return true. That means it's blocked. I can hit them from the left side. I cannot seem to hit them from the right side. If I run it and change this to is facing right, can I hit them? I hit them from this side, cannot hit them from this side, and they are not taking any block stun. If the high-low check works, that means the attack is blocked regardless, as long as direction is correct. Should be able to hit both sides. I did not get to hit both sides. Why? Alright, let's walk through this. Is blocking. Yes. Low block high, I believe is false. Because this is overhead block type. This is low hit type, meaning they're different. And one of the attack type is not mid, so return false. So this is false, meaning we go to the else statement. Then if on the left side and is facing grid is true, they should be hit. If on the right side and is facing left is true, they should be hit. Well, left right doesn't matter if they just get it. Yep, there we go. Okay. So first off, they have to be blocking, and they have to be blocking correctly. Cool. I guess I can go into AI and check is there a way to reorder this better. Delete. Is there a way to reorder this better? Dot. Put tabs on. What have you done? Okay, what I'm seeing is a function for unhandled handle unblocked attack. don't think that makes sense to me. Direction plus it would reduce it by one line, really. That's not much. Animate changes is my variables. Is there a way to reorder repeated outcomes without changing the logic? Put a massive or statement there. Use really long if statements that are annoying. Okay, so there's an or statement for thing. Or statement for blocked. You know, makes sense. But it doesn't. The direction vector actually matters a lot more, and I don't like this. So no, I don't like any of that. Still has the same number of if statements. All right, first thing, there are 3 inputs and 2 outputs. I think the direction and if it's blocked. Right? It's always either right or false. Attack data is the same. Okay. So if we tell the AI to think of this as a Boolean problem, using Boolean operations, this is a 3 inputs, 2 output problem. A successful block is blocking can block high-low, attack from right and facing right, or attack from left and facing left. Back right is blocking, and block high low is facing right. Cool. Okay. Kind of true, actually. Alright. Use if statements instead of knock that direction and okay, I see. So left, right, left, right. So if the block was successful, which is this entire massive check statement right here. Wait, let me double check their statement here for block successful. If they're blocking and can block high low, that's our first two if statements that we have in general. And the attack is from the right and facing right. And attack from right and not facing right. These two are backwards, I believe. If I were to check my code. So this is on the right and blocking from right. So from right, block right. From left, block right. Sorry, block left. So false is left. False is left as well. You know what? For attack from left. Let's do some booleans just to make this simpler. Is equal to this thing. Should be right. Right. Is facing right already exists. So Control C, Control F. Do this. Replace all. Copy this. Remove it here and save. Okay. That makes it easier to read. Second, this is solely determined by is facing right. So, var knock I don't know how to spell the word. It has it here somewhere. Knockback dir is equal to I'll see. If area to host is facing right, else is that host on there? So I go to 4. Yeah, that's actually pretty simple. Cool. Don't like repeating some of those stuff. Don't know if it's faster to do the property call once and then not again. Right, so we do the area check, we do the high-low check, we check if it's right left. We change the knockback direction based on if it's facing right or if it's facing left. All of them have a check for is the uh, attack from right. However, some of them have it is facing right. So what the AI did in version 5 was check if it's facing right. Okay, let's go back to the point that might be easier. So if the block was successful, it did the stun, it did the direction, and it did block. Okay, cool. If the block was successful, which would be this first portion here, facing attack from right and a facing right. If the block is successful, this is successful. This is also successful. What can happen is a bracketed OR statement, which is what I believe it has. On this. Okay, that cuts that out. That cuts that out if we want to do it that way. It does not cut these out, unfortunately, for me. These are blocked. These are not blocked. How does this move down here? Let's go to version 3 and see how they dealt with this and this. So what happened is they did all their checks in a single statement. So this check, and this check. And then because of the redundant calls here, they all moved to the same layer because these were all done with the same layer. Meaning that you didn't have three of these. So what it's essentially saying is if I just do this, and I can unindent these two by themselves, then these can just not exist. I think. Which one? Okay. So if they're blocking and the block check is correct, then if they are attacking from the right and facing right, the opponent's facing right, they'll be blocked. Same with the opposite direction. Then if they're not blocking or the check is just bad, which is fine, same is fine. So if they have to be blocking and blocking correctly. So if that doesn't happen, then direction, thing. Um, if this, and these, then that means it's blocked. Else this is not blocked. Is that less? So we went from this to be reduced to just less. That and this were the same, and now they're gone. One layer. The next thing I could do is attack from right if I wanted to. Let's just test this. So it's a low attack against a high block. They are blocking and they are facing right. Always on top. So from the right, hit on the right because it's low. From the left, hit because it's low, regardless of what the direction is. Hurtable player. Let's change this to low now. So they're blocking the same type. If it's from the right, it should be blocked. If it's from the left, it should be hit. Okay. They're not blocking, they should be hit in either direction. Okay. That did that work? No, that did not work because they're still blocking. Yep, yep. Okay. They're blocking this direction. They're getting hit this direction. They block in this direction. No, I wanted to change that, not this. Yep, and then this should kill it because we ran out of HP on the entry base. Okay, those work fine. Now, um, box. I could probably use a function that's just left and check. I feel like there might be something that's missing. So elf hit, elf hit, else hit, hit and hit regardless. No, no, okay. But high-low blocking now exists. So we can determine if they were blocked or not. Cool. That's nice. Epic. Should I do? I think I can do something quickly in the attack data. Um, door advantage on hit. Door advantage on block. And these would be equal to a few variables that are at on already. Advantage on hit is, ooh, I don't have the attack duration here. That's something that needs to be calculated at some point. Equals, actually, yeah, this is probably a bit more complicated. Let's not do that. Never mind. Well, am I done with blocking? We've got high-low block, left-right block. I'm block. I believe I'm done with the different block states. Now the only thing to do is change when the state is active. So, alright, the entity has the blocking, but it doesn't mean that it needs to control how blocking works. So let me compress most of these functions to think through them. So, So, ready, press, spec launcher, jump handlers, dash, movement, sequence, resize, input filter. Okay. There is no block handler, and there's nothing that probably touches block at all. Alright. Chunk, block, score, state, score, handler. Comment to do a day like this. Alright. So what it needs to do is change not the hitbox data, but the hurtable player stuff for is blocking, block type, um, and so on. I believe the is facing right thing works already. It's just that my hurtable player doesn't actually have movement, but the regular player does. So if I go to attack manager, continue attack, I think it's input manager that actually decides the attack. Oh, you just want to check before I go to sleep. Inputs filtered. No, it's not. It is in choose action. Choose action. So attacking, match the attack type, and facing right checks are existent. Okay, cool. Um, I don't know if I know how the best way to organize this choose action function would be, because it's pretty filled with statements. There's a lot. You've got first off, check if they're facing right and if the attack sequence is correct. And that's just down at the last layer. We also have a check for what attack we're using. So there might be 4 of these. There might be a lot more. Like have? I might have 6 of these to maybe 6, 8. I could have who knows how many. But we've got like light kick, heavy kick, light punch, heavy punch. We've got grab input, which is usually kick and punch for light kick and light punch. Shield in I might put as medium kick, medium punch, or heavy kick, heavy punch. But I don't know which one I want to actually decide to call for that. I think it's heavy punch. I called it sub heavy punch, heavy kick. That would be just parry or block or something like that. Other games have like special third thing. There's also EX moves, which would be punch and kick, or sorry, punch and kick and kick. Those ones are another input, so those are options. Parry or just block would be could be. I would have like a shortcut for a separate button, but I also allow it to be the medium buttons together. Light buttons would have a grab macro. Technically, I have like how I play fighting games. I would have another button just to do something with. I really wouldn't have a bet. I just don't play with the grab macro, which is a decision. Um, we could have a dash macro. We could have an EX macro. Um, Not really 100% sure what else I would use the button for. Like, let's see. Street Fighter has Drive Rush. That's tied to the parry button. It also has Drive Impact, which is tied to 2 buttons. And it also has Grab. Cool. Ulti Blood has 3 attack buttons, one of which is usually an EX attack button on the special moves. And additionally, EX attack moves and what else? It's not EX attack moves. It's got the block button that has a few things. There's a rock, paper, scissors mini that kind of plays with the blocks stuff. Um, in Fatal Fury, you've got light punch, light kick, heavy punch, heavy kick. You got close punch and close kicks for all the buttons, which is I didn't like that. It makes it complicated more. Mm, not sure. Thinking is definitely important, and this is why we think aloud, so that there's something for people to listen to, but also actually thinking through the problems. So technically I have another button that I could use if we want to cap the fighting game buttons at 6, like some internet people say that they should be capped at 6 buttons. Because it just makes it pretty difficult if you make it anymore. Like Street Fighter, it's pretty high. That's pretty much it, the maximum. If we do cap it at 6 buttons, I'm currently using 5. Like, forcefully using 5. Um, Hawk, I could save, like, not 5. but that's if people don't want to block macro or grab macro. I would have those, and then I would still have heavy kick like it. Um, yeah, it's a thing. It's kind of a thing. I don't know what to really do about it. Gosh darn it, one of my addictions is trying to cause withdrawal syndromes again. It's nothing physically harmful, like cigarettes or drugs or coffee. But there's an addiction nonetheless. I think adding this back texting is going to be interesting. I don't even know if this is done generally. What's my back attack set to? It's back light kick. What frame? Frame by frame mode. Hold back, hold light kick. Forward frame 1. It starts the attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I turn around. However, that's also before I turn around for a reason, I think. Um, so for turnaround attacks, maybe want to start a special animation that has maybe longer recovery or shorter startup than regular attacks to give them a special use. Um, or they can be cancelable out of any attack as if they're a special move, but they're not. Mostly because if I want to use the Metroidvania part of this fighting game that I want to make, because I want to make a Metroidvania fighting game hybrid, if we hit something in front of me, and I want to hit something behind me that's going to attack me regardless and hit me because I'm going to be in recovery frames from a forward attack, unless I do a special move, which is going to still have me facing the direction that the opponent is not in that's going to be attacking me. I can use an attack that hits behind me to hit the one in front of me, then the one behind me. Then maybe I could go back and forth between them. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's like, let me Google this thing. Devil May Cry move list. Actually, before we use Devil May Cry, I think I might want to use the new game that was released a few years ago. Five, five, who's this? Because Devil May Cry might get less okay stuff on the screen. I am connected to the internet. Screw you. I got like light, 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 heavy, 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 light, heavy, heavy, all that stuff. Dash and light, dash heavy, rise up, um, light, space, light kick. Okay. And like this is interesting. This actually might be like the best thing for me to use as an inspiration for a music-based character on the beat. I'm gonna put that down in my notes on my phone that I have for characters that I might use. Fighting main character or greedy ideas. Where's the music-based character that doesn't have much detail but other than like music? What is this? I don't think I have one that's actually just music. Music, C, high, 5, rush, move list. Instead of motion inputs, the character could just be zero motion inputs, but all rhythm-based movement attacks. And that would be interesting to say the least. Yeah, so there's all that stuff. I could give him a parry too. Mm. That's the thing that people haven't done. Rhythm-based characters. I don't think I've seen many in a fighting game. Could be cool. I think it would be nice and fun. It would fit so well if we get a character for Hi-Fi Rush to need a cross to want a crossover, but that would be absolutely highly unlikely. Um, Completely doubt it ever happening. I doubt I'll even get the email because I'm probably not going to share the email ever willingly. Probably. Someone would have to find me in real life, more likely. But no, I definitely like the idea of a rhythm-based character at some point. Would be such an idea. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream now because I want to go to sleep. Bye.